Welcome to the Discovery Doc podcast, where we advocate for optimal wellness and reducing everyday toxic loads, no matter where life takes you. I'm Dr. Cece, doctor in nursing practice, self-proclaimed toxin tamer, and a crunchy mama.
I'm Anna Kate, a medical mystery overachiever and your discovery liaison. Join us on this exciting journey as we explore the world of holistic health, cutting-edge research, and practical solutions for a healthier life. Together, we'll navigate through the complexities of wellness, sharing valuable insights and expert advice.
Tune in to the Discovery Doc podcast. Get ready to be inspired, empowered, and discover a whole new way of looking at your health.
Welcome back to the Discovery Doc podcast. I'm here with your host,
Dr. Cece, functional medicine nurse practitioner, self-proclaimed toxin tamer, and crunchy mama, and our co-host over here.
I'm Anna Kate, your medical mystery overachiever and discovery liaison. And today we are back with another fabulous minisode all about detox.
Yes. One of my favorite subjects.
Yeah, I love it. No, I love to detox. I mean, I love to do it slowly and in a daily respect, not big. There is a place for like 2 days.
Detox protocols that I put you on.
Yeah. Well, that's for bugs and yucky stuff.
Yes, but to Anna Kate's point, so we're continuing down these minisodes of questions that you guys had, and one of them was safe general detox for adults and kids. And so I want to differentiate the two. There is a time and a place for very intensive detox protocols that you should be doing alongside your practitioner, because we don't want to detox too quickly. Everybody's different. What everyone can handle is different. What everyone is exposed to is different. And so we don't want to just jump into this crazy intensive cleanse or detox regimen for 6 weeks without the proper knowledge of our bodies, our methylation cycles, our ability to detox through the liver, etc. It also depends what we're detoxing, if it's mold or metals or parasites or whatever it is. Those protocols I'm not talking about right now. All we're talking about is, okay, in everyday life, we're exposed to, how many chemicals did we say in the past?
70,000.
750,000. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
$750,000
a
day. Yes.
Yes.
We're calling that in today. Thank you, Jesus.
Or 750,000 chemicals.
Yes, that we're exposed to.
That we're exposed to. So it is important to me as just like remove the practitioner side, but as the mama side, to give my kids just very like non-intensive detox regimens, kind of just as part of their daily wellness. Mm-hmm. And then for myself as well. So that's kind of what I want to share. For kids, it really depends on the family in terms of what age I would say to start. I don't think, unless there is a problem, starting under 2 is not necessary, unless there's something going on. And if that's the case, then you should obviously seek help of a provider. But starting around 2 in my family is when, like for baby Jada, is when I start to just add in a little bit. And again, just a tiny little bit to her daily regimen for detox. Mm-hmm. And then the older kids, I rotate through one thing just per month. And the key is rotation. Mm-hmm. I never have them on a bunch of different things all at the same time.
Yeah.
Outside of their normal baseline supplements, but there's always something in their arsenal for detoxing. So this could be something as simple as glutathione. Mm-hmm. Glutathione is a tough one with younger kids because it's so sulfury.
It's fart juice.
Yeah, it's nasty. But what I've noticed is, so I rotate again. So if I have a liquid multivitamin, like I love Intramax or Intramin or Intra-Kid for kids. So if I have Intra-Kid for my kids, I pour it in the little cup or the capful, and then I squirt glutathione in there, and they don't taste it.
Yeah.
So I tend to only do glutathione when I have a liquid multi that will mask the taste. Yes.
And it's lipid.
Liposomal.
That's the word.
I knew it. Liposomal just means that we can pull it into the cells more easily. So it contains something like phosphatidylcholine or phosphatidylserine that helps to draw that antioxidant into the cell. Glutathione is one of our major antioxidants that we need to detox through the liver.
Right.
So that's a good one for adults and kids just to rotate through.
Yep. And lipids are fat soluble
molecules.
instead of water soluble. So that's the difference of why some things are better in fat soluble, because then your body can accept it more and break it down. And we'll have to talk about the vitamin and mineral catalyst too of why we need both. We'll do another mini episode on that.
Yes. Hey, coming up with more topics. For adults, I do like to rotate in then, okay, let's say we do glutathione for a month. Then the next month we switch. And for adults, you could go to NAC or N-acetylcysteine, which is the precursor to glutathione. I say for adults, kids can have it too. It's just, it comes in capsule form, so it's annoying to have to open the capsule, give it to the kid, mix it in something. So I'm lazy. I don't do it with my kids.
teach them how to swallow stuff.
Until they can swallow capsules, then NAC would be good as well. Other good ones for kids, I love Bioray products because they're all liquid. So they have things like NDF Calm and NDF Happy and Liver Life, and those are really good. The difference is NDF Calm and NDF Happy are very similar. The difference is NDF Calm does not contain any nuts. So if you have kids who have allergies or something like that, you can go with one versus the other. But they both really support just gentle detox through the liver, removing unwanted organisms. This can be everything from heavy metals to mold, etc. And they're liquid form and they taste good. So those dosages are really easy. You can do, Jada takes like 0.25 of a mil. The bigger kids can have a full milliliter to 2 milliliters. So it's age appropriate, starting from 2 up. I don't really use it for adults. Those NDF products are truly kid centric, but Bioray does have other products that you can use for all ages. They have like NDF organic primary detox, which you can use for adults. Liver Life is an adult product. So those you can also kind of bring in rotation. The point of all of them is to mainly help support liver function and detoxing anything through the liver. And then they have added little like chlorella in it, which helps to bind, but just in a very gentle way where you're not taking a full-blown binder twice a day away from food. And then I know.
It's a pain in the butt.
I know.
Before we get on to adults, can we talk about the simplest way to detox? The number one thing that if you are not doing this, that none of the other stuff will work. Do you know?
Okay, I would say...
I'm sure you know, but...
Oh, you are giving me an answer.
I'm giving you an answer.
Wait, I want to see your answer and then I would see mine. Go.
Okay, so think about all the stuff that's coming into your body, and if your plumbing is not working... It's a problem.
Yes.
So think about this and do this experiment in your brain because you're not actually going to do it in your house. That why don't you make everybody use the same bathroom for a week and nobody flushes the toilet. And it just hangs out and just does its thing. And then when you go to flush the toilet, it gets backed up and clogged and all of the things. The way that we can prevent that is if we drink water. That's why when you go to the bathroom, it uses all the water to get it out of the bowl and down and through the rest of the system. Without that water, without the hydration, without the pure just functionality of cleaning things out and washing away those toxins through your system, because your system is your number one detox. Your kidney, liver, your blood, everything is designed. You were designed to be your own detoxer. Other supplements are there to help when we do get a little bit backed up and we just need an extra hand. But if you're not drinking water and moving that through your system, then all this other stuff is just getting stuck in the pipes, and we don't want that either.
Yeah, so it turns into very expensive constipation.
Yes.
So
was that your answer for the number one? The number one detox, okay.
And it was a little more general. It was just physical. In general, like we detox through pooping, peeing, and sweating.
Yep.
And so if you're not doing any of those three efficiently, then it doesn't matter what supplements you take. It's just all going to sit. And so, I would absolutely rather somebody focus on making sure they are hydrated and peeing well and taking care of their gut health and pooping well. And then getting some form of sweat throughout the week. And this could be something as simple as an Epsom salt bath that's a little bit warm where you're getting kind of that glistening, just a little sweat going on. You don't need to get into an infrared sauna twice a week, which would be great. If you do.
They're great if you have access to one.
Yeah. But it doesn't have to be that intensive, but your body does have to move. It has to move that lymph. It has to move those toxins out of the body. You have to excrete them. Mm-hmm. So yes, that would be my number one answer. For kids, it's not like a 2-year-old is not going to be, sweating as much as an adult, right, if any at all. So really pooping, making sure that 2-year-old is pooping well. And getting out those toxins via the GI tract is very, very important. So yeah, I totally agree with you there. I love that. High fives. Speaking of physical modalities, something that is different or something that you can...
What did I do?
I got sidetracked by you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know why. I was like, my train of thought just totally got blindsided by your face.
I hope it was a good blindside.
It was a good one.
Okay. What modalities?
Okay, yes. And again, this is just for wellness. This is not if you're in a true high intensive physical or detox protocol. Just for the sake of wellness, I would say if you can try once a week to get something specific on board to support your body in general, that is so great. So that could be an infrared sauna. That could be an Epsom salt bath. That could be something like a foot bath. It could just be you sweating and whatever that looks like to you. There are so many different ways that you can support your body detoxing, but the main point is to get things moving.
Right.
So yeah, I'd rather people focus on that than the supplement. But in terms of regimen, again, I like to rotate through just 1 month at a time. Take one thing, switch to the next. Good staples, glutathione, NAC, methylation support. Mm-hmm. So folate, proper forms of B12, methylcobalamin, hydroxycobalamin, a little bit of, and there's good like comprehensive supplements in there. Like I really like Detox. It has also milk thistle in there. That is really great for liver support. And then you can bring in and out a true binding agent for adults if you want, because that will help support GI tract if you are exposed to parasites, right, etc. It can just be good old-fashioned activated charcoal. It doesn't have to be a super comprehensive one, like ones I put patients on for, quote, more severe reasons.
Right.
Just bentonite clay or just activated charcoal is good enough. But kiddos, I just stick to glutathione and NDF happy, NDF calm. Those are kind of my 3 staples in my house because they're easy and they...
And we're starting with the good basis of hydration and a well-balanced diet.
Yeah.
So if your traditional Western diet is the mac and cheese and French fry lifestyle of your kid, then there are other things that, we can talk about at another time, but having a good base. So if you're struggling with hydration, set an alarm for the first quarter hour of every hour during the day that you're awake. So from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., drink 4 ounces of water.
Mm-hmm.
Like just on that 15-minute mark, you can chug 4 ounces of water. Like it is
and
not...
you know what else I do is, because I love my coffee. Everybody knows I love my coffee. But I made it a point that I have to drink. Oh, it's up over there. It's, what do you think that is? 20 ounces?
That may be 30 ounces.
No, I think it's 28. 20, yeah, actually, I think it is 30. So it's a big cup. It's this cup, and I drink that big cup of water. It's sometimes plain water, sometimes lemon water, sometimes water with electrolytes before I'm allowed to have my coffee.
Good job.
So that way I just have a good base and then my coffee and then throughout the day, because people are busy and you can't chug 30 ounces in one sitting, but taking that 4 ounces every hour or whatever. And by the end of the day, hey, you're super hydrated.
Absolutely. So same thing with, it's kind of the same rule of thumb with protein and water is that you need to eat or drink at least half of your ounces in body weight. Or half, like...
Yep. You know what she meant.
Yeah. So if you weigh 100 pounds, you're eating 50 grams of protein and drinking 50 ounces of water a day. Like that's kind of like a simple rule of thumb just to make sure that we're getting in all of those things. Yeah. So is that all we have on
unless
detox?
You have, do you have a favorite product that you like to bring in and out of?
Sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really making sure that that's part of my detox protocol. Because, and it's a physical and emotional detox, because I get that swelling all the time. So if I don't take the time to rest, if I'm not in bed at like 8:30 or 9 o'clock, I stayed up till 10 o'clock the other night and my hands were, that one's still swollen.
We look similar today with our redness. We're fine. Everything's fine over here, guys.
We're good. It's all good. But yeah, that's a part of my reducing the inflammation in my body. And it's not, a supplementation detox so much, but it's just giving my body a break from all the stuff going on. So I'm detoxing from life when I sleep. So really getting a good night sleep and getting into that routine.
To that point, there's one other thing I just thought of: curcumin.
Yes.
I do, because sometimes I don't really, like, my practitioner brain doesn't really consider curcumin a quote detox supplement, but I think it is equally as important to bring in, and I do bring it in for my kids to support inflammatory pathways, which then helps by default for your body to detox, because we love to house toxins within either fat cells usually, or if there's lots of inflammation, then it prevents the toxins from being able to be excreted as quickly as they should. So curcumin is another really good one.
I took my curcumin this morning.
I love curcumin. Liposomal.
Yes, and it's bright orange. And it's great.
And it'll stain your counter.
Yeah, don't spill it on your counter. Just put it in a spoon and eat it. So that, and vitamin C, and what's the other one that you have me on?
Oh, God. You're like every patient. Hey, you know that they'll like come into the office and be like, hey, can you tell me this about my treatment plan? I'm like, I don't know it off the top of my head. Yeah. But to your point, antioxidants, really, like, I say NAC, but any antioxidants are awesome for detox support.
What's in that little white bottle? It could just
be vitamin C.
No, it's on the counter downstairs.
I don't know.
It's orange flavored. I don't know. That's not going to help you.
No, it's not.
It's not meth.
It's not meth. It is not meth. I promise you. It is not meth. The rest of that
word was methylated, but that's not it either. Anyway, there's something that
we'll let you guys know.
Yeah, we'll find out and we'll let you know. That's just something that she's got me on as a daily routine to get through that, and it has something to do with detox, but I can't remember the name of it off. I'm on a bunch of crap. It's all good stuff, but it's like I can't remember
the names. It's going to come to us as soon as we get off of here. But anywho, those are, again, very, very simple basics to kind of rotate through to maintain wellness. Again, very, very different than intensive protocols.
Yes.
We have 10 more minisodes coming y'all's way. So stay tuned. Lots of cool, very random, but very cool topics to get through. So.
We all have lots of questions. So we're going to spend the time that each question deserves and answer and get into those. So gentle detox. If you feel like you need to do a more intensive detox, work with a practitioner. Don't find one off of TikTok.
Yes, please.
Because you will end up hurting yourself or depleting something that you don't want to deplete. So just practitioner warning on that side.
Love that.
So work with a professional.
Yes.
Do something gentle. Love yourself.
And until next time,
let's discover together.
We hope you've enjoyed this journey of exploration and learning as much as we have. Before you go, we have a special request for you, our beloved discoverers. We'd be thrilled if you could show your support in a few easy steps. Step 1, if you're watching on YouTube, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss a moment of discovery. Step 2, if you're listening via Apple Podcasts, please take a moment to rate and review our show. Your feedback means the world to us and helps others discover our podcast too. Step 3, whether you're on YouTube or listening on your favorite podcast platform, please share the Discovery Doc podcast with your friends, family, and social networks. It's the best way to spread the joy of discovery. And finally, don't forget to follow us on social media. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at The Discovery Doc. Stay connected with us for updates, behind-the-scenes content, and so much more. Plus, for exclusive content and additional resources, be sure to check out our website at www.thediscoverydoc.com. And while you're there, if you have a burning question or a topic you'd like us to discuss on the show, simply let us know. Thank you, Discoverers, for being part of our incredible journey. Until next time, let's discover together.
The content provided in this podcast provides general information and discussions on various topics related to health, wellness, and medical advancements. However, it is essential to understand that the content provided in this podcast is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. The host, guests, and contributors are individuals sharing their personal experiences, opinions, and knowledge in their respective fields. While they strive to provide accurate, up-to-date information, medical knowledge is constantly evolving, and the information presented in this podcast may not always reflect the most current research and medical guidelines. It is crucial to consult with a qualified healthcare professional or medical expert for specific medical concerns. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay seeking medical treatment based on the information presented in this podcast. The Discovery Doc podcast encourages listeners to use their own judgment and discretion while implementing any suggestions, recommendations, or lifestyle changes discussed in this episode. Each individual's medical situation is unique and may work for one, may not be suitable or safe for another. The podcast hosts, guests, and contributors are not liable for any direct, indirect, consequential, or incidental damages or harm that may arise from listening or acting upon the information provided in this podcast. Listeners are responsible for their own health decisions and should exercise caution and seek professional guidance when necessary. By listening to this podcast, you acknowledge that you have read, understood, and agreed to this medical disclaimer. If you have any questions or concerns about this medical disclaimer, please consult a qualified healthcare professional.